But could you imagine, like, if you're not quote unquote beefcake, just being a normal average guy, size guy, whatever, and Hulk Hogan comes up behind you and goes, "What you gonna do when the Hulkster goes wild on you?"
What you gonna do, bro? Did Hulk Hogan have a gay love affair?
Yes.
You tell us, buddy. No. The candles are lit in the other room.
Right. Did Hulk Hogan have a gay love affair? So Linda Hogan, his ex-wife, she implied that her ex-husband Hulk Hogan carried on a quote intimate relationship with his best pal out of the ring, Ed Brutus Beefcake Leslie. So his ring name was Brutus Beefcake. And I think we got a photo of Brutus Beefcake. I got to tell you, if I were to have a gay love affair, I'd want the guy's last name to be Beefcake because, go big or go home, Like, it's got to sound authentic, Sam, who you dating? Oh, well, his last name's Beefcake, and he's very special.
What's his first name?
Brutus.
That's what I would have thought.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
So go back to that picture. Go back to that picture, Booster. So that on the right is Hulk Hogan, and on the left is Brutus Beefcake. And I mean, look at him. Like, oh my God. That is just all right. Just looking by that picture.
God, he's got pecs for days.
Yes, gay. No gay. What do you think, T-Bone?
Oh, Brutus Beefcake. Oh yeah,
Brutus Beefcake. Yes. Okay.
Dude, you named yourself Beefcake.
Beefcake.
Like you had a choice of what nickname you wanted, or at least you had like 8, like kind of like I don't want this, but you went with Brutus,
right?
Beefcake,
right?
Like you might as well have named yourself like Ass Clapper 3000 or something like that. As the gayest name.
Well, Ass Clapper 3000 is like pretty like it's.
Well, I meant gay pretty, Ass Clapper. How about that?
No, hold on. But that's just totally gay. But Beefcake necessarily, it's a little more subtle, which makes it funnier. Well, like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes less is more. You know what I'm saying?
That's never really been my philosophy.
It should.
And I kind of see back in the day of an earlier wrestling, like because you had Ric Flair and he's awesome, but Nature Boy, I mean, really, but I mean it was the 70s and they were trying to be, I don't know, I guess attract women to the sport or whatever,
right?
And so Beefcake, I mean, really, I mean, even if it did work. Do chicks want
Hunk Townsend? Is that better?
A Beefcake or a Hulk or Nature Boy?
Nature Boy, yeah. Macho Man. Like I mean, like but we forget that this was a time like in the '80s, early '90s, hair metal reigned supreme. It was everybody was. You had a lot of glam. That was the whole thing, like, in rock and roll and wrestling, all that type of stuff. So, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that they had the long blonde hair, they were tan, they were muscular. Obviously, they have to be in good shape, but then they had names that they were elegant, they were flamboyant, all that type of stuff. That doesn't really surprise me, but couples and marriages, right? They break up all the time, but there's no reason to slander the person after the relationship is over. And Linda Hogan walked out on Hulk Hogan to be with a 20-something-year-old pool boy who looks like a young Hulk Hogan, and she was on Maddie P's radio happy hour when the host went through a series of questions called from fan emails. And so these were fans that were asking her this question, that were writing this in, which means there was some type of, how do you say it? Like there was some type of speculation that there was a gay love affair by the fans,
like a rumor.
Yeah, exactly, between Hulk Hogan and Brutus Beefcake. And if anybody watches wrestling, there are so many stories of affairs, backstage fights, rivalries. There's no shortage of them.
You think there's a storyline on stage there,
Oh yeah,
backstage had a storyline.
Crazy. So anyway, so the she was asked if her ex-husband and Beefcake carried on an intimate relationship. And this is what she said, quote, "Wow, I don't know how to answer this, so I don't end up getting a lawsuit. A little birdie told me, yes, they think they did." And that's what she said. So I mean, she definitely thinks so. And I mean, listen, you're living in California, you're living that lifestyle, you're traveling all over the world, you're a superstar. How many rock stars experiment? You know, how many athletes experiment? You know, I mean, the list goes on. And Hulk Hogan he's the wrestler.
Yeah.
Who comes close to him? The Rock. You know,
Rock, maybe Stone Cold,
Stone Cold,
bit,
Randy Savage, Ric Flair. But even then, Hulk Hogan was always the good guy. He was the ultimate good guy. Even when he was a bad guy, he was the ultimate bad guy. Like Hulk Hogan personifies wrestling, like to the core.
I did think of another name for a possible
for a gay wrestler.
Yeah.
Okay.
See what you think. Hunk Lovejoy.
Okay.
Good word.
Yeah. All right, and now I just think you're just trying to be gay. Like, you gotta,
we're talking about what? You can't walk a mile in someone else's shoes?
No, you gotta think of one. You gotta think of one like Tommy Salami. You know, like,
well, there you go. That's your wrestling name, Tommy fucking Salami.
I think
I'll be Hunk Lovejoy and T-Bone. T-Bone, you can just be T-Bone.
Yeah, I think Booster's gonna change his name after this, wrestling or not.
Yeah,
wrestling or not, I'm gonna be Hunk Lovejoy.
Hunk Lovejoy, right. Something, man.
But could you imagine, like, if you're not quote unquote beefcake, just being a normal average guy, size guy, whatever, and Hulk Hogan comes up behind you and goes, "What you gonna do when the Hulkster goes wild on you?"
What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do, brother? When Hulkamania runs wild, yeah, brother. He starts ripping off your shirt like he does his own.
Like he just wraps his arms around you and goes,
yeah. No, that's crazy, man. No. So Hulk Hogan and Brutus Beefcake. We got some other photos of them now. Like there's Hulk Hogan. That's his wife Linda, I think, on the left, and his daughter Brooke on the right.
Yeah, we were listening to Brooks' quality music on.
We were. She's not that bad. No. She's not that bad. But yeah. So and then there's him and Brutus Beefcake today, and go back to
they definitely fucked.
Oh yeah.
All right, go back to the earlier one of them.
All right. Yeah, this is them in the 70s.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't. So we have one person's take on this that I'm going to read off. And this is a good friend of our friend of the show, Patrick Booze from Y98 and Beyond FM. He had this to say on the matter earlier. He said, quote, "Here's the thing. It makes sense when you look at the fact that Brutus got so many opportunities over the whole time of like 80s and even into the 90s. He was carrying more than Hulk's bags." Just putting it that way. So, I mean, there is that. I'm going to take another spin on it. Maybe they were just really, really good friends. Because when you're on the road like these guys are, you know, 2/3 of the year, maybe even more than that, 3/4 of the year, constantly on the road, you develop relationships and you guys become brothers. And like Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, when Eddie Guerrero died, Chris Benoit just went into just a depression, so much so that he ended up committing suicide and killing his wife and son. So I mean, these guys, they developed these relationships on the road. Maybe they were really, really close. I could see somebody like this Linda Hogan just being like typical blonde housewife, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, I just want a reality TV series. That's all I want, and I'll marry you. I'll do whatever. Not understanding that. Like, just not understanding the brotherhood. Yeah.
It's just our family. We just put a camera in front of there.
Exactly. Like, I had two guys that I went to college with. These guys, they still to this day, they're inseparable. And we always made fun of them that they're gay. Mm-hmm. And they would just, like, own it. They would just be like, oh, yeah. And they're like, no, I'm rooming with Chris. Oh, no, I'm rooming with Nick. And even their girlfriends that they dated, they're like, oh, yeah, Nick and Chris are just inseparable. And to this day, like if we all go on like on a guy's trip or something like that, they're like, if I know one's going, the other's going, you know. they're that close. There's such, you know, they're such good friends that they joke around. Oh yeah, we're gay, you know. Yeah, if I was gay, you'd be my husband, you know. Maybe that was what this Brutus Beefcake and Hulk Hogan.
It was a bromance. It was a true bromance.
Yeah. I just can't say it. Like, I defend him, but then I say his name Beefcake, and I'm like, oh God.
They fucked. There's no way.
Brewster, it's called making love. Okay, stop with the crassness.
They fucked.
No. Oh God.
All right, fine. They consummated their relationship.
He gave him
Is
his...
that an effeminate enough term for you?
He gave him his booty flower.
Booty flower.
His booty flower.
That should be the last name, Hunk Booty Flower.
Oh, man. No, hold on. Before we get there, here's the irony of this. Linda Hogan said, I got to say this in a way so I don't get sued. Right now, both Hulk Hogan and Mr. Beefcake are now suing Linda Hogan over defamation of character. So she's getting sued no matter what.
Hulk's got to get some of that money back.
Oh, yeah.